Alright, so we're back in the shop with the EcoBoost. So this is a 2011 3.5 EcoBoost Platinum F-150, and it has a 3-inch off-road Y pipe, 4-inch catback with a diesel muffler. I have a Banks cold air kit, a UPR catch can, and get a lot of neat stuff out of here after 500, 1,000 miles or whatever. It's got SSI tune on it, Performance 93 tune. Typically gets about 17.3 miles a gallon on premium. And towing, I forget what I got towing. I think I got 14 or something towing when I took the Trailblazer to Michael and then brought back that Denali truck. So really impressive in my opinion for a V6 gas truck. So when I got it, it probably had 145,000 miles on it maybe. I got it January 1st of this year, and it's July now. And when I got it, I didn't know anything about the EcoBoost, didn't want one, wasn't interested in one. And then the trucks really surprised me. And but it always had the little rattle on startup. And I was real concerned with that because I didn't want any valve train events happening catastrophic, and then having to put a new engine in or something. So it had new turbos on it when I got it. I think they're from O'Reilly's or something, just stock replacement turbos, and doesn't appear it's ever been into before. This is why I left Ford, because I really didn't care for all the timing components, and I prefer the cam and block pushrod engines. But like I said, this is a pretty impressive engine. The only downfall to this generation, in my opinion, is that the direct injection, it only has the one set of direct injection injectors, so you get build up in the intake runners and I think the exhaust as well. So anyway, the next generation had another set of injectors in the intake runners, and it's a much better design. So I had bought these parts, I think back in March of this year, and they sat in a box over here on the back of the truck and got moved around, and then finally got around to doing it. And when I got over here and laid all my parts out, I realized that the gentleman that set up my parts and whatnot, he did not get me the right stuff. So he gave me 2 of these, he gave me 4 of these, and didn't give me this one, and then didn't get this chain or this chain. And he's a Ford guy, he does this all the time, and he was told or asked that I'm doing a phaser, doing the phasers and guides and everything, the complete job on a 3.5 EcoBoost. He had my VIN number and everything. And like I say, I laid everything out and then started working on the truck, had it all tore down, and then I'm looking at everything because I'm not familiar with these. I don't, I assumed that I had everything I needed from a certified Ford technician, with ASC and all these other letters behind his name. He should know what I needed, but it was shocking anyway. So I called the Ford place and was like, hey, this is what's going on. And initially, all I thought I was missing was the long chain and a short chain. And then looking through my receipt and comparing everything, like I say, then I realized that I didn't have all the right stuff. So they had to order the change, and it took a day. And then luckily the other components they had in stock. So at the end of all that, I think I have everything I need now. So These are valve cover gaskets. All this is valve cover gaskets, surprisingly. Oh, that's intake. And front cover. And then, you know, the funny thing is this is your gasket for the front cover, because there is no gasket. And I think this little tube of 5 full ounces from the Ford dealership that tube is like $60. So, and I talked to my buddy, and he was like, whatever you do, use the Ford Motorcraft sealant on it. He said he tried Ultra Gray and all the other typical stuff, and he said they all leak. So I don't know what's different about it, but I mean, obviously I got it, so I'm going to use it. And got all the tensioners and guides and all that replaced. So hopefully it'll fix the rattle on startup. New water pump, and it's surprising to me that it comes with a new pulley. I don't understand why it would come with a new pulley if it's a bolt-on deal, but anyway, it came with a new pulley. So but the prices, man, like if I were to walk in off the street and buy it, it's pretty pricey. So luckily I had this connection, even though he got me the wrong stuff. They got me sorted out yesterday. Even got me a new one of these, which I guess I guess it does have some wear on it. It looks like. So I don't know. All that's on there now. I think I have it in time. I have this dot on this dot, and this dot on this dot, and then there's a double dot on there. So I think it's all in time. Should be good to go. You have to time the secondary change too. There's one for left and there's one for right. And then, you know, I get confused because, you know, I'm this way, so this is my left and this is my right, but really this is left and this is right. So I almost got that backwards, but I think it's correct. And of course I bought these tools that go in there and lock the cams in place. I don't know if they're necessary or not. They were about $25, and it came with the bit to fit the bolts, which is what I'm about to do, is torque the things. I had to go look up the spec to what these phaser bolts torque to. So I'm about to torque those down, finish cleaning everything up, and then try to get it back together. But I looked at the tools, and man, it was kind of overwhelming, all the different tools that it showed available for this thing. Oh, I thought there was a part number on it. Huh, good grief. I was going to show you the part number, because like I say, I went through Amazon, and I don't know how many different tools I found, and you know, was really getting frustrated trying to find, because, you know, if you read the comments about it, the reviews on them, you know, some people say, oh, they're too thick, they're too this or too that, they didn't do this, and I'm just like, man, it was like every one I looked up, there was you know, they say that they stripped the thing out and it would only work to get one bolt off, and, you know, don't buy this kit and whatever. And I was like, you know what, for $25, I was like, I'll take the risk. And the cams have little hexes on them, so I put a wrench on them and held each one in addition to the tool while I was taking them off and everything, because I had somebody said that, you know, if you just do it against the tool will spread, you know, and not hold or whatever. So I'm, you know, better to have it held in both places, especially when torquing it. So, but it's a strange design, in my opinion, how it's all flat on the front. You know, on an LS, the pan extends under, and then the cover sits down on it, and even in your small block Ford too. So it's kind of strange to me to see it like this. And every time I thought I had all the bolts out to pull the front cover off, I found like another bolt. So that's, I mean, look at how many bolts there are that hold that front cover on. But at least they have locator pins, which, you know, LS's don't have the locator dials for any of their stuff. You have to have the alignment tool. So Ford has historically, in my experience, had the locator pins to line everything up, and so it'll fit back how it's supposed to, and you don't need a special tool for that. The valve covers are plastic, which is kind of strange to me. Hopefully they seal up. I've read that they're problematic, and you know, of course, you can't get them now, or they're hard to get, or something. I don't know. But anyway, I'm hoping that mine will seal up, and we'll get this thing, that rattle, taken care of, and see how it does. I doubt there'll be any improvements as far as, you know, driving or anything. If it, maybe the change could have been a little slack and the timing could have been off a little bit, but anyway, that's the update on this thing. I did get my unit in finally. I got to vacuum it and charge it, but it's a 2.5 ton ductless split, and I got the conduit run and the wires pulled, and it's ready to go. Like I say, other than vacuuming it down, because the outdoor unit's pre-charged. So I just got to vacuum the lines in the indoor unit, and then open the valve and release the Freon into the indoor unit, and then I should have air conditioning in here. So that would have been nice to have had earlier this week, but anyway, at least it's all in and mounted, whereas like the Ford timing components, the indoor and outdoor unit sat in the boxes over here for months. So I think I got that in February. I got all this in March, so, you know, better late than never.